Hi YouTube. Today we'll be comparing three different massage guns. We have the Recoverfun Mini, we also have the Renpho R3 Mini, and also the Cotsoco Mini. We'll be going into details such as the attachments, the quality of it, the charge time, uh, the amplitudes, prices, actual use case, etc. So stay tuned for all three comparisons and we'll go ahead and decide which one is the best for your use case. And yeah, let's begin. So before we even go into details with each one, I wanted to go behind the reasoning of why I even chose these three. So all three of these are going to be mini massage guns. The reason why I chose a mini behind a full-sized one is the mini is going to be much more portable, much lighter, so easier to use as well. And also, they don't really stick out on your desk. For me, I really like using them, while I'm in the office or just kind of walking around, things like that. And with a larger gun, while it can be possible, it's just, the size and weight alone, the design, it just makes it stand out too much. And this, it's just super easy. So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind it. And also with modern brushless motors, which all three of these are going to be, they have enough power to really get you that deep tissue massage. Of course, it's not going to replace the full-sized one if you want that, pounding jackhammer feel. But these things on high power will really get you what you need, which is a blood flow and that deep tissue triggering. And if I needed anything more powerful, then I would just probably use a lacrosse ball or something else. It could be a more underlying problem if I needed more power. That's just the way I feel. So this does the job. And then the reason why I chose these three as opposed to any other products out there is, of course, these are the ones that I got my hands on, so naturally these are the ones I'll compare it to. But also, out of the several ones that you'll find on the internet, there's very few that actually use USB-C. And I wanted something that is going to have a modern connector on it. That way you can charge it with your cell phone, etc. And that's just the way things are going. So I'm looking at products that have adapted to modern connectors versus proprietary ones. And out of those, there's very few. And these are all three USB-C, of course. There's also going to be more USB-C products out there. I just haven't got my hands on them, but all three of these have it, and it seems like the best bang for the buck kind of idea. These kind of fall into that category as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and begin. So when we look at the case quality of this one, the Renpho, and also the Cotsoco, you'll notice that there's some several differences here. This one is going to be a pouch, but it's also a very good quality pouch there. It's thick. It's not going to break on you or, deteriorate over time. It's definitely going to last. And for something small, I prefer actually having a pouch over a case because that way you can roll it up and then just stick it into your backpack. And this should provide enough padding to where it's going to protect it from any kind of scuffs and stuff like that. And these things are, especially this one, is so well built that I can't really see it getting damaged easily. So I definitely prefer the pouch, and in actual use case, this works. The Renpho R3 Mini, it's going to come with a dedicated hard case, and that's very, very nice. If you look at the quality of that case there, just the materials, that foam kind of area where you can actually put each attachment in the right place. In that case, that's pretty premium, and I like that too. But in terms of traveling and moving, the pouch is going to be better. For home use, I would say either one works. The case is definitely going to feel better, but in use case, I do like the pouch. And then moving on to the Cotsoco Mini, it doesn't come with a pouch or case, but you could probably carry the box because of how small and thin it is. And the box is pretty good, so you could probably use it all the time. If you prefer not using the box, I would recommend going for these other two. But if you're okay with the box, then just use that. And I think the box is actually pretty good, in my opinion. It's smaller than the case, so I could imagine traveling with the box as well, and getting everything done. Yeah, so first one goes to this one just due to the pouch, the Recoverfun. The second one goes to the Second one's a tie between either one. The case is much better feeling and more premium looking, but it's also much bigger. Then again, the gun is bigger as well. So even though it's a mini massage gun, it definitely classifies as mini. It's not going to be near as small as these uh, two, the Recoverfun and the Cotsoco. And then if you look at the attachment quality design, they're both going to actually be equally good. Or sorry, not both, but all three of them are going to be equally good. All three come with very durable parts. They don't feel like toys at all. They're, heavily crafted. I don't see them breaking on you or doing anything like that. They are going to be built to last. The Renpho R3 even comes with extra gaskets in case you need them. And yeah, so all of them are going to be equally good in attachments. The Renpho does come with an extra attachment for you as well to use. In actual use case, once again, they're all going to be good. For me, even personally, I don't think I use all five of them anyways, so that wasn't really a big bonus, even though it's really good to have. It's not really, you know, something that I'm going to be appealed to because it has an extra attachment. So four is more than enough. The Recoverfun Mini also comes with an aluminum attachment, which I really like because it's cold. It's even in regular room temperature rooms, everything's going to be normal, feel like in temp, but this is going to be much colder. And I really like that. It feels good to your hand, and once it warms up, it's going to be warm, but at least for that initial few minutes, you get that nice coldness, and I really just like the quality of this metal. So, um, I would say it's a tie when it comes to attachments, all of them. If I had to have a preference, I'm probably going to go with this one just for this attachment alone. All right, and then moving on to the gun design and quality. All three are going to be good in their own ways. The Renpho R3 Mini is going to be larger than these two, the Recoverfun and the Cotsoco Mini, but also it does come with more power. It has the same RPMs, 3200 across the board for all three, but the R3 Mini will have the 10 millimeter amplitude. So it's going to dig in much deeper. And if you need that extra power, then, that's where it really shines. Uh, the Recoverfun Mini and the Cotsoco Mini both have a 6 millimeter amplitude. So it's going to be pretty powerful as well, but it doesn't match the R3 in terms of power. Once again, though, it is going to be bigger and it's going to weigh almost half a pound more than the Recoverfun and the Cotsoco. So just bear that in mind as well. As for the design, they're all three going to be pretty good. Yeah, the Cotsoco Mini though does have a little bit of a plastic feeling to it. I'm not sure if it really is made out of full plastic or what it is, but it has a plastic feeling to it. And so does the Renpho. The Renpho R3 Mini is like made out of a very durable plastic. So even though I say the word plastic, I don't want to imply that it's cheap by any means. It's a quality plastic, so it's going to last. But the Recoverfun Mini is actually made out of metal. So this, it just has a different feeling altogether. It really feels premium in your hand. So yeah, when it comes to just feel alone, this definitely wins just due to using, metal versus plastic there. But then again, it's your preference. So gun design and quality, I'm gonna have to say it's a tie because all three are quite good. But if I had to really um, pick one, once again, it's gonna be this. I know Recoverfun's, won so far with all of them due to the metal body and design. Regarding charge time, I wasn't able to get a full test on those as the Recoverfun Mini while I was charging it, even after a few hours and even overnight actually, it stayed on red and it's supposed to be green once it's charged. So I wasn't sure if it was fully ready or when it was fully charged. So I wouldn't be able to make a comment on that as I'm not sure when it got charged due to that. As for the charging connector, though, all three are going to be USB-C, of course, like I mentioned earlier in the video. And even we'll go in a little bit more detail into USB-C. Even though it is, having that port, it doesn't really mean that it's going to be fully implemented. What that means is a lot of these Massage guns will use USB-A to C, so it's using a USB-A on one end and a C on the other, and that's the only way it will charge. You can't just charge it off any USB-C cable, meaning like a MacBook or any kind of MacBook charger, or anything that comes from a um, C cable to C. So if that makes sense. So even though the Renpho R3 Mini and the Cotsoco are also USB-C, they will only accept USB-A to C. So that's a big flaw, at least in my eyes, as I usually carry just one cable, which is like a 61 watt charger. It's a C to C cable, so that charges my phone, laptop, wireless earbuds, etc. So the Renpho and the Cotsoco won't charge with that cable. I would have to have a USB-A to C with me as well. So even though it's USB-C, it doesn't really fully do it. The Recoverfun Mini, on the other hand, has full implementation of USB-C. So what that means is even if you have a power delivery charger or the 61 watt that I mentioned, it's going to actually fully charge it. And no issues there whatsoever. So I know it did stay on red for some reason. Uh, I'm not sure. I might have to replicate that issue as I've only charged this once, and I need to go ahead and charge it again and see if it happens. But I know for a fact it will go ahead and charge using C to C cables. So that's a total win for me there. So yeah, Recoverfun Mini will win that round for charging. During time, I'm not sure, but just due to that full implementation, it's a clear winner. Weight wise, these are all going to be a little bit varying in weight. The Recoverfun Mini is 1.1 pounds. The Cotsoco Mini is 1.1 pounds, but the Renpho R3 Mini is 1.5 pounds. Weight distribution, all three are very good. They don't have much vibration. It's always on near the attachments and not on the hand, which is quite good. So and also it's not top heavy or bottom heavy. So all three are going to be good in terms of weight distribution as well. And then as for power, these are going to vary as well. The mini ones, the Cotsoco and the Recoverfun, are going to be 6 millimeter, while the Renpho will be 10 millimeter amplitudes, and then they all three have 3200 RPMs. As for actual usage, it's gonna also go ahead and vary there as well. The Recoverfun Mini is really made for portability, also home use, maybe on your desk, things like that. And for me, I even use it for so as for actual usage, we're going to go ahead and compare these as so as for actual usage, all three are going to be quite good depending on your use case. The Recoverfun Mini, it's going to be made more for traveling, portability, taking it with you to the gym, using it in the car, while you're in the office, things like that. And even when you're at home, you could use this on a high level, and it's really going to do your job. And kind of like I was saying earlier, if you have something that's, really, you need massage, then it might be an underlying problem, and I would get that checked out. Or maybe using a lacrosse ball for that extreme deep one, you may not even need the full size, 16 millimeter uh, massage gun. So yeah, so this is really made for just portability, great design, office, home as well, things like that. Same for the Cotsoco Mini as well. And then as for the Renpho R3 Mini, it is going to be a little bit larger. So in this use case, you could still use it at the gym, travel with it, things like that, but you can expect it to take up more space in your backpack, significantly more, I would say. It is going to give you more power, of course, and this one on level 4, the Cotsoco on level 4 does it digs pretty deep. But if you want to use the Renpho R3 Mini on its max setting, it's going to be very powerful, almost to where you may not want to use it. Usually 3 or 4 is um, probably the most strong setting I could recommend there. And yeah, so the Renpho R3 is going to be great for traveling as well. this, the Cotsoco and this one beat out the Renpho in terms of portability, design, and just smaller space taking, but the other one wins in power. And then as for recommendation, which one would I recommend after all three, and which one would I personally pick? All three are going to be good, but instead of giving you a answer and just copying out there, I'll go ahead and just say that I would definitely pick the Recoverfun Mini, just due to the feel of that aluminum, um, this travel pouch, and really the main thing is the USB-C implementation. It uses the full implementation versus the other ones, and I feel like for my use case, even level 4, the max setting on this is going to be good enough to trigger all of the deep tissue and start removing those knots out, and it works out really well for me, and this is probably the one I would recommend. uh, the other the other ones are also going to be quite good as well. If you were looking for more power and don't mind that extra weight and size, then I would go for the Renpho R3 Mini. Even though I'm saying it's more size, we have to really look in perspective that this is super tiny. It's probably as big as my phone, which I'm recording with, so I can't compare it here. So the Renpho R3 Mini is actually smaller than most massage guns on the market as well. Even for a mini massage gun, it's quite small. It's just not as small as these. So when I say larger, it's not that much larger. It's just larger than the Cotsoco and the Recoverfun. And I would recommend that if you're looking for a higher amplitude, more stall force, and just all around, heavy duty massage gun that's also you can travel with. That's what I would recommend. And yeah, it's quite good. And the case that comes with it is quite premium, and you can't really go wrong with Renpho either. And then also the Cotsoco Mini, I would recommend that if you're looking for, one of the cheapest possible massage guns that also use USB-C, which is, once again, A to C, not C to C, and also delivers quite a bit of power. So yeah, those are all three in comparison. And if you guys have any questions with um, purchasing any products, just go ahead and leave a comment and I'll go ahead and answer them. Thank you.